What's up, everybody? Got another lesson here for you. Triads. So this lesson I'm going to basically teach you how to see the triad from a very comprehensive approach. In other words, most students, most guitar players, when they learn triads, they learn these shapes all over the fretboard. And if you spent some time doing that, no worries. It's definitely going to benefit your playing. But in this lesson, this is going to really benefit people who really want to see and understand music at much more foundational level, and also you're going to be able to apply this in a lot of different ways in your playing. So for example, we're just going to break down the major triad and how it's built so that you can see all these different intervals, not just in the triad but just in music harmony in general. So the first thing we're just going to look at the root position triad, and we're only focusing on these four strings here, E, A, D, and G, because they all have the same relationship. Okay, we'll talk about the B string later, but for now we're just doing these four. So we've got two root positions for A, and they're the same exact shape because they're both root position, and all these strings, these four strings, have the same relationship to each other. Okay, so let's break down what a major triad is. Now this is where my teaching is going to differ from a lot of different people, so just kind of check it out. So we've got, I want you to know, this is what's important about it, is the 1 to the 3, because we spell these 1, 3, 5. So the 1 to the 3 is a major third interval, always, for a major chord. Okay, so if I'm playing an A, that's the 1 to 3, that's a major third. You can find it there too. Okay, now that major third interval shows up all over music, everywhere, so it's good to know that. Now the second interval, so we've got 3 to 5 as well, and that's going to be a minor third. So the third scale degree, the third note to the fifth note in the major scale, so we got 1 to 3 to 5, that's a minor third. So what we're doing with a triad, a major triad, we're stacking a major third, or we're stacking a minor third on top of a major third. And thirds are extremely important in music, and very, very harmonically pleasing, and they say a lot. There's a lot of emotion there and a lot of power behind thirds when you're playing. So the 3 to the 5 is a minor third. So if you see minor thirds around the fretboard here, you can see, you know, for an A minor, you can see it in the minor chord. It's the first interval. So now when you look at this triad, you can see major third, minor third. There you go. Down here, same thing, an octave up. Major third, minor third. Okay. Now on my diagrams, I'm just focusing on this shape right here, but this can obviously also be moved around the fretboard. You can play B, C, D, E. So just hang in there here. We're just breaking down just this one now. There's one more interval, and this is also very useful because as you progress and you learn the first inversion, second inversion, these things don't change. So when you're just stacking these shapes on top of each other in different order. So now when we go to the 5 to the 1, that's a perfect fourth interval. So if you wanted to play a full octave, that's what that's going to look like. So that is the root position, and that's how that looks. Now, if we want to do first inversion is 3, 5, 1. So now we stack a minor third plus a perfect fourth, because we got 3 to 5, 5 to 1. Now if we want the second inversion, which is going to be starting on the 5, 5 to 1, still a perfect fourth, 1 to 3, still a major third. So now you can see these shapes in a completely different way. Basically, you're still seeing the shape, but you're understanding the shape here. Okay? So if I'm using this on this first string set here, you've got root position, you got a major third and a minor third, and then you go down to first inversion, and you've got this minor third, perfect fourth, and then you've got your second inversion, which is a perfect fourth and a major third, and then you're back to the beginning root. There's only 3 inversions for these closed triads. And so yeah, I hope this information helps. Adding some, I figured out how to add some graphics, some guitar graphics, so that's cool. So I hope those graphics help out. And you know, as you practice these, also one other thing real quick, just kind of thinking about this, if you look at the root position here, the next one is first inversion, and you have to go from the 1 to the 3, and guess what, that's a major third on 1 string. So you can see that as 2 whole steps, and that's where you create your first inversion. And then when you go up to the second inversion, you go to a minor third up. So not only are you seeing the intervals this way up and down, you're also seeing them across the neck. So a great exercise as you start to see this information and digest it, just do these back and forth here. And that's just on these, again, we're just doing these 4 strings here, the E, A, D, and G. And yeah, E, A, D, G strings right here. What happens to your playing, that's 1 chord, that's just an A chord. And since I know all these triads, since I put the time in and seeing all these different intervals, I'm able to create a lot with just 1 chord. And so it makes guitar playing, you know, it's a lot, well, it's a lot more fun, a lot more options. And you know, a lot of songs are just a few chords, so it gets pretty boring if you're just playing the same chord shape for, right? So yeah, I hope this lesson helps. I hope the graphics help out, and hope you guys have a wonderful day today. Peace out.